Morning. Somebody is on already. Hey, morning. Good morning. I see one person on already. Welcome to 60 Minutes with Mother Nature. And I'm gonna ground because this may be I mean this may be just one of the few locations
That
I'll
you
be able
can
to ground
ground.
for the rest
I
of
wonder if I should ground too.
yeah, I'm gonna ground. So I'm taking
All
off
right,
my shoes.
I'm gonna follow you.
And grounding is a term that we use.
Put him in the car.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Grounding is a term that we use to describe the connection with the earth. Most of the times, in our modern society, we have on shoes and we have on so many different, stuff. So grounding allows us to connect with the earth. So I'm in Florida and I'm here with Deborah again.
Yes.
Yeah, and this morning we are in where?
Palmetto, Florida, at Emerson Point.
Palmeto, Florida, Emmison Point. So this morning we have a treat because this morning we have left the manicured areas of Florida and we have come into the wild to see exactly what is here for us. And this morning I'm excited because already we're seeing a lot of plants that we don't see and 20 herbs by the 12th month. And how do we do that? Well, one, you have to join our Kinder Wellness group. That's our community. It's a vibrant community of so passionate about foraging and interacting with nature. So once you join the Kinder Wellness community, then you're gonna need two tools. So this is absolutely free. Just gonna need two tools. One, you're gonna need our 12 medicinal herb taste guide, and this is what we use basically. The 12 medicinal herb taste guide basically is a chart that shows you how to use your mouth, how to use your body as a chemistry, because we are living chemistry, and so by tasting and being able to observe a number of features, it's amazing. Herbs literally tell you what they do and how they affect the cells of the body. Your herb journal, and this herb journal basically allows you to record all your findings, and so basically it's already pre the headings are already there. So you have the common name, the primary function of the herb, as well as the contraindications, and as well as the any other notes that you would want to record. And this is basically at the end and this is 120 pages. So this allows you to record 120 herbs. So at the end, by the time you record your 120 herbs, what will happen is that you will have a very intimate knowledge of the herbs. And by the way, this is designed for you to do an audit of all the herbs around you. So from this chart and this diary, it's going to prepare you for anything that life has to offer. Not only are you going to record the medicinal herbs, you're also going to record the herbs that are in her field. She's a trichologist and how she's been using. And before I leave Florida, guys, I'm going to spend some time because Deborah has a wealth of knowledge. So we're going to spend some time talking about her modality, which is she deals with hair, skin. And then my next stop is Palm Beach, Florida. And from Palm Beach, it's Maryland. And from Maryland, it's going to be New York. From New York, and we are showcasing all of these herbs, all these plants, and we're helping persons. Good morning. I see that looks like my wife. Good morning, my wife. My wife is on morning. Right, thank you. We're gonna start out. So I'm grounding and I'm feeling the. All right. So we have some broomweed. Oops. So this is broomweed. And these are herbs that are found in Jamaica as well. And one of the things is that we are realizing that the climate in Florida is so similar to that in Jamaica. And broomweed is one of those herbs that is very good for the back. Look at broomweed for me. I think broomweed is from the mallow family. Yeah, I think broomweed is from the mallow family. That's the same family that hibiscus is from, and I believe it's the same family that sorrel is from. And so herbs from the mallow family are pretty good for the skin, which is the flower and the flower of the herb. So these little flower are edible.
Okay.
It's on the mallow family.
Well, let me know.
And mallows, the flowers tend to be very mucilaginous.
Yes.
It's from the mallow family, right?
And hibiscus.
Hibiscus, right? So it's from the mallow family. And when we study herbs, guys, and I just talk a little bit about why we spend so much time looking at the family of herbs. Now, when you study herbs, one of the best way to study herbs is to study the herbs based on the family, because herbs in the same family tend to work similarly. And so so you study the herbs from the family. The last thing you want to learn is the name of the herb, right? Because a lot of people think that you need to know a lot of herb in order to be even a practicing herbalist. And that's one reason why we have this diary, because one thing we tell persons is that you can really record them. So herbs in the mallow family tend to be very anti-inflammatory, especially for the skin. Yeah. Some of those herbs can be used as a face mask. Yeah. Most herbs in the mallow family also, the leaves are very good for hypertension. And they're anti-inflammatory. And then once you learn the family and what the function of the family is, then like that. But what you pretty much want to do is know the family first, the family does. And then as you go into that family for a particular plant, because remember, when you go into the plant and begin to study the herb. So once you find a herb that you don't know, if you can identify the family that it's from, what you will have is a general idea as to what the benefits are. And then as you begin to look more intimately at the plant, you're going to see what are some of the unique properties of that herb that sets it apart from other herbs in the family. And guess what? That way you're more likely to remember. You're more likely to remember what sets it apart from the other herbs in the family. All right. So that's the broomweed. So broomweed is also very good for the back, very good for back pain. Here's another herb that we have in Jamaica. Bay herbs. It's called Mexican bay herbs too. All right, and this is a herb that loves salty soil. So I'm gonna go ahead and just taste this herb. Yeah. So it's salty. And when we look at our chart, want to know what salty herbs do. So salty herbs are salty or slightly salty herbs are bland herbs. They are nourishing, they break up masses gently, and what's responsible for the saltiness is what we call mineral salts. Right? So a good example of a salty herb is grass. Most grass are salty. And because they're salty, they are mineral based. And because they are mineral based, what they do is they tend to break up calcifications.
Okay.
That's what they do. They mostly break up calcifications. They break up calcifications internally and they break up calcification externally. Let me give an example of what I talk about calcification. Now, as we get older, and there are certain parts of our body that gets calcified, like our bones. When your bones gets calcified, then you have restrictions in mobility, restrictions in movement. When you get calcification of the tendons, then you feel a lot of joint pain. So as we get older, what really begins to happen is that because we're not consuming that much minerals and mineral salts, what happens is that we tend to have a lot of hardness, because calcification is really a hardness, right? A hardness. What these herbs do. Morning, Chelsea. Chelsea, we miss you. Chelsea,
You're supposed to be here.
you're supposed to be here, Chelsea. So,
where are you, Chelsea?
So Chelsea is in the same area, Chelsea. She was supposed to be here with us, but she's not here in body, but she's here in spirit.
Yeah.
Nice for
She's
having you,
coming with
Chelsea.
us.
All right. So salty herbs are herbs that break up, like for example, if you're having like a hardness, like a tumor, you can make a poultice. You can put it on that and it will help. So you'll find a lot of salty herbs on salty soil. So these herbs, like bay hops, they grow mostly on the beach shore. And you'll find that most of the herbs you taste, they are salty. They tend to be salty, which is why like sea grape and a number of herbs thrive on salty soil, and some herbs will not thrive on a salty soil. right?
And it's in the celery family.
Yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
celery is also very salty,
Guinea grass,
and we use
stinging
those to break up
nettles.
kidney stones. If you have kidney stones, salty herbs are also good for kidney stones. Salty herbs are very nourishing.
Mhm.
So when you take any form of salty earth, because of the minerals, they tend to be diuretic. So you're gonna pee a lot.
And we need minerals.
And we need
Most of
minerals.
us are mineral
Most
deficient.
of us are mineral deficient. So a lot of times that's what happens when you take like mostly grass. Grass are salty herbs.
Mhm.
If you taste coconut leaf, it's also salty. Most salty herbs tend to have also fibrous roots. So that's just a look on salty herbs. So once we look at the herbs and the herb tell us what it does, what we also now look at is how it affects the tissues of the body, because salty herbs um, tend to allow you sometimes to some salty herbs, I said, impact the kidney a lot. They're diuretics, so you're gonna pee a lot. All right,
Which is good.
yeah, which
And
is good.
and from a psychologist point, when I think of salty herb,
Mm,
because of having minerals,
mm,
and most of us are mineral deficient,
mm.
it would be.
Grass, back in Jamaica, we use guinea grass, and guinea grass grows here. A lot of people with the herbs are also very good for. Someone asked me about neuropathy, right? So salty
Yes.
herbs help because a lot of persons who have neuropathy have calcifications in their veins. The
Mhm.
veins have become calcified, they have become hardened, they have become rigid, and so there's a backup in terms of the flow of fluid. So salty herbs are very good, and sadly enough, we don't use it. So a salty herb that is very good is celery. So celery is a very good herb to add to your food. It's a very good spice to add to your food because it helps in creating that balance. Right? And we use celery therapeutically. We use celery as a medicinal. All right.
Exactly.
The next herb that we want to look at, this herb is a bright, has a yellow. And when you look at the herb, let me see what. So we're looking at it and we're seeing that it has bright yellow, and based on the doctrine of signature, we know that's telling us something. Let me taste the leaf. All right, the leaf is very, feel the leaf, Deborah. It's very coarse. Mm, mm, mm. All right, so this one called, Deborah? Beach sunflower. Beach sunflower. And this herb, it looks like it's from the daisy family.
Yes.
Yeah, Asteraceae family. So it's a eudoquat. So it's from the daisy family, and that because it has composite flower. One day we're gonna go through how we determine the different families. How we look at the leaf structure and how we look at the flower structure. But it is yellow, so it's a beach, and this I know is very good for the kidney as well. It's a very good diuretic. This would make a very good tea, and it would also make a very good poultice. Yeah. So this is a beach sunflower. Um, Here we have some wild grapes. All right. So these are wild grapes, and most grapes are astringents with a little bitrish. So a lot of these herbs are going to be good for the kidney. I see one over here. Hold on. Little thorns. Oh, okay. Okay. I think you don't have to worry about those things, eh? So we're moving along, guys. We're moving along. So we're in this nice forest reserve, and we're looking at what herbs are available. So pines, these pines are good for the heart. Pines are good for the heart. Pine is very high a mineral, a compound called resveratrol,
Okay.
which is very good for the heart. It's also very good for the wind. We have two pines. So I'll see if I can find the leaf. Okay. Here's a leaf of this pine. And pine are needle-like. Oops. So pine are needle-like. Yes, yes. Now pines. Holy sorry. I'll show you something. The leaf of the pine. Different. So it also helps with uh of issues. It has a gum. Usually it has gum. And so pines are powerful antibiotics. So they're made to withstand cold. Um, they're astringents, right? But when you talk about astringents, we're moving from fall into winter. So they stay green. Pine leaves stay green throughout the winter. And the reason for that is because of how they have some structure that are called stomatas, which are some tiny holes on the leaf that open to get rid of moisture, like our eye open to regulate light. They have some structures called stomatas on the leaf, and those basically open and close to regulate moisture, right? And so these are so fine. The leaves are so narrow that they're able to hold on to their moisture. That's why they don't fall off in winter. And so what it means is that these herbs are very good antibiotics. Because when you go into the winter season is also called the flu season. It's called the flu season because it is that season. Winter is the opposite of summer, right? So summer is when the earth is at a high vibration, it's high energetic. Winter is a low vibration, low energy. So in that environment, microorganisms like bacteria and viruses thrive. And so a good remedy to have, like if you look here, you can see the latex. See that gum here?
Yes.
Yeah. So this gum, if you chop the tree and come back a week after, it accumulates these.
And that's the
And
protection.
and you can take these and add them to hot water, and you can drink them. So it has all the different resins, all the different oils, all the different chemical is found in this gum here. It's called resin.
So if you were to make the tea, good morning, you would use the
You can use a leaf, or you can just drop the resin in the hot water.
What about you wouldn't use the
No,
dead?
no,
It doesn't have any
right.
value.
So, so you can use that, or you can use the inner bark. Let me see if I can find any more resin. Um, but I can show. Because these trees are so nobody, really troubles them. It's gonna be difficult. There was a ditch here, and there was a resin buildup, but you cannot see it. Right? Here's another plant again.
That's a different type of plant.
Yeah, it's a different pine. You can smell oils. What you're smelling is volatile oils. All that volatile oil that's in there. This is also very good for um it's very good for colds and flus. So you can make a tea from this. It's a plant that's good to have during the winter. As I said, when once we start to approach winter, we start to go into the flu season. These are herbs that are good to consume during the flu season, and these are herbs that are also found in Jamaica as well. And here we have the grapes, the wild grapes.
We call them mustardines.
All right, so I'm just lost signal because I hope it was to the trees. But that's a muscadine. That's a grape. Wild grapes, and they're very good, as I was saying, for the heart. They're very good for the immune system. They're very good for nerves. Muscadine, very good for nerves. And again, there are studies that show that they're also good for cancer because they pretty much help to boost the immune system. All right. So these are also very tangy. Those are tangy. Let me taste the leaf and see.
The internet is not good here.
Mhm. So it's tangy, it's bitrish, yeah, a little tangy and a little bitrish,
The internet is not good.
yeah,
Picking up.
and it's astringent. So that's the muscadine grape. So you can dry this also and make a tea from it. One of the herb that we saw, Deborah, was a nickel, yellow nickel.
Yes. That was over there.
Let me show you the yellow nickel.
Good morning. This is Deborah answering the phone for Dr. Dan. He's in the middle of a herb, so he'll be available.
Let me show you the yellow nickel. And yellow nickel is also found a lot in Jamaica. So let me show you. So this is the yellow nickel. Yellow nickel is also good for pain. There's no nickel on it now, but it's from the pea family, and it's very has a lot of thorns on it, a lot of prickles on it. But what we do, it produces a fruit, and back in Jamaica we get the fruit and we parch it, which is kind of like baking it, and then they powder it, and then make it into a powder. So they powder it and you take it for your liver.
Okay.
So it's good for liver problems.
That's a little nickel. It's about that size.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, yellow nickel. So you have the yellow nickel, and you have the gray nickel. So this is the yellow one. So there's two of them, the yellow one and the grape one. And of course, this is the sea grapes. Sea grapes.
We have a lot of secrets.
So we're gonna go through this boardwalk and see what these are. Touch bar. I don't. These this touch palm. Don't remember.
Cabbage palm.
Cabbage palm. Never used this before.
Non-toxic to humans.
Never used
That's
this one.
interesting.
Never used this one before. For being here, and then you use mangroves, and let me tell you some mangroves before, but they are so salt.
Really? See,
Yeah.
because the water's over there, so it could be spraying up on
I want to look up
this.
black mangroves. This again is from Jamaica. It's from the Olivenia family. So it's pretty family, yeah. Acantiaceae family. So it's what's that?
That was a big fish.
Wow. That was a fish?
Yeah. I think it was a fish.
Wow.
So that means it'll be a good place to come fish.
Yeah. So this is a very very salty herb. So I'm definitely because that's maybe one of the saltiest herb that I've ever tasted apart from celery. So I mean
So that would be good.
that I've ever tasted apart from celery. So I mean
So that would be good. Calcium.
yeah. So it means yeah, because they breed. Fishes breed. So they're also technically because it's actually like a salt breed and back in the ocean. So you find a lot of them breeding and going back out. Yeah, it's the same mangrove. So what we're seeing here is a lot of mangroves. A lot of mangroves. And just interacting with nature. It's a nice way of just being in the wild. And the weather is just so nice, so nice. So what we're seeing here is predominantly, well, nothing else can grow here except
But mango.
mangrove because the earth, the soil, the earth is very, very salty.
Huh. Look like there's
Yeah. And so we're walking on this boardwalk to see where it takes us. Where are we going to end up? We can hear birds.
there's a clearing.
Oh, there's a clearing at the end of the boardwalk. Let's see what type of herbs are found over on this side. Ah, so we're seeing
No, that's not. That's pineapple. Yeah. That's
no, no, that's not pineapple.
somebody's gardening. Oh wow.
Yeah,
We're gonna
somebody's
walk over there
gardening
and see what's happening.
over here. Hmm. All right, so we're seeing some herbs here that we don't see. Look at this herb, Deborah. This herb. Let me show you something about this
one
herb.
here?
This
With the
herb.
white flower.
Yeah, this one. I know how many of you know this herb, guys, but this is what we used to do when we were kids. Let me show you. So we would take this herb. Let me show you. As children
Wild
growing up.
leadworth.
Hmm?
Leadworth.
Medward.
Wild leadworth.
So as children growing up, this is what we used to do with this particular herb. So the girls used to take them
Put them in the hair.
and put them in their ear.
For earrings. Oh my goodness.
Did it stay on? No? So as children growing up, this is what the girls, when they were playing Dolly House, they would take them and they would stick them on their ear like that.
Oh.
Like that. See that? And as children growing up, this would have been their earring, right? So it's called what?
Leadworth.
Wild Leadworth. And so this, of course, this is found in Jamaica.
Wow.
This should have been the main picture. But I changed it. So this is it. And then I'm seeing the white man's tree.
White man's tree?
Yeah. Let me show you a tree. And this is unique to Florida. This is called a white man's tree. Oh, here it is. So I'll have to go in the bush.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew it because of what you see growing around?
No, this one I'm talking. Yeah. So this herb is
Wow. That looks
is well known to Florida. Hold on.
this is my first time seeing it like
This one?
first time.
All right. And you're gonna be amazed. So let's look at the white man's tree.
Wow.
And you're wondering why would it be called the white man's tree? What is so unusual about that tree, Deborah?
It's
That's what that strikes you the most.
the outer bark is very thin,
Mm-hmm.
and the other that when you rub it off
Mm-hmm.
is green and it seems to be very strong.
Yeah, well, it's for skin cancer.
Okay.
It's called white man's tree because white people are very susceptible to skin cancer from the sun. So when they go in the sun, what happens is that when you get the skin cancer, your skin is gonna look just like this. It's gonna peel.
Flake off.
Yeah. So this herb is called gumbo limbo. We call it gumbo limbo, or it's called semiruba. And it is very, very good because it. I don't know if none of you guys have ever taken. This is where gum arabia comes from.
Take the pictures of the
Wow.
and those are beautiful.
Can I look at them? Look at these dogs, guys. Look at that.
Say hi. Come here. How are you?
Wow.
You're good. Don't lick me. I don't like licking.
Are they brothers, sisters?
Sister, brother.
Wow. What type of dogs are these?
Golden doodle.
Oh, golden doodle.
Golden
Okay.
doodle. Look
They're
at the
fine.
size.
They're gorgeous.
They're super good dogs.
Yeah,
Gorgeous. My
They
daughter
wanna-
loves animals. She would be going crazy right
it's like a giant poodle.
It's a giant
Hi.
poodle.
now. And they're so,
fluffy.
sweet. They're
Yeah.
so
And
sweet.
they don't
Labradoodles.
Oh, that's good.
Have a good day.
All right, you too. All right, so this is the simiruba,
Wow.
and this herb, um,
Gumbo limbo.
it's called gumbo limbo because it also produces a sap.
Non-toxic.
Yeah. So when you chop this tree, it produces a sap. I mean, nobody has ever. I don't see any sap on any of them. When I look and see if I can find any, and nobody's seeing a lot of them. But what it does, and I mean, when you chop the tree, it produces a sap, a gelatinous sap. That for persons who have skin cancer, you put the gelatinous sap in warm water, in hot water, warm water,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets back gelatinous, and you apply it to the skin cancer, and it heals it.
Wow.
It's also good for a number of skin conditions. So this herb is pretty much known for skin condition. Outside of that, it's also good for gout.
Guess what?
Mhm.
Another hair loss.
Not a hair loss.
Yeah. Skin.
Oh,
And it's healing.
yeah, yeah.
So
mhm,
so people, it
Yeah.
has a lot of because if you say it's for skin cancer,
yeah.
and then you look at people's scalp,
Mhm.
that may be
And well, it's good for the inflammation. It helps with the
Hey.
inflammation. So for persons, and I've seen videos where they have actually used this on horses too, and
Okay.
pets, to treat a wide variety of skin conditions. So this
Hmm.
herb, this tree, basically, the reason why it looks like the human skin like this is because it is primarily good for the skin.
so it's probably rich in vitamin E.
Yeah, probably. So
And C.
yeah, so you can drink it internally because I drink this internally.
For only the sap.
They gum.
The gum.
So listen to this now. What they do is they sell the gum. So if you hear about gum arabia, right, you may hear it differently.
Mhm.
In Jamaica they call it gum rabbit,
Gum rabbit.
and it's usually consumed with sea moss.
Wow.
So what you do is you take it's called gum arabia.
Mhm.
So you take the gum from this when you're making your sea moss, and you add it to the sea moss if you're boiling it,
Mhm.
and it helps to give the sea moss even more gel, and then you drink that. So it's good for gout. If you have gout,
My brother has gout.
then this is a tree. It's a bark. So we actually use it as well in our practice. So that's gum arabia, and
Flower fell off. Yours didn't fall off. Mine.
no, I still have my earring. I still have my earring from the herbs that we're looking at here. So that's the gum arabia. So we found that here, and because gum arabia, the gum arabia tree are the white man's tree. As I said, it's called the white man's tree because it's the white man's best friend when they develop skin cancer.
I wonder what type of tree this is with the roots.
And we're seeing lots of trees here. The soil is very sandy. They also use these trees as barriers for hurricane because look at this. Oh my goodness.
What?
Oh my goodness. Guys, look at this. I never know I would find this in Florida. What a treat. I cannot.
Those little berries. That's
This is
poison,
dog
right?
blood. No.
That's dog blood.
Yeah.
Hey.
My goodness. Look at how beautiful these dog blood plants are. Now,
So that's
dog
good for
blood.
women.
Yeah, oh my, I just took off my earring. Dog blood. Why is it called dog blood? Because of this. Looks just like blood. What is this good for? It's good for women who are having menstrual problem.
Are women who want to get pregnant.
Yeah, menstrual problem. For women, it's the women who are having It helps. Don't take it during the period because you're gonna bleed heavy. You take it before the period, all right?
Pork root is good for the skin too.
And then we saw this herb, and I keep on being remembered by Deborah that snakes are here. So this is pork root.
That is very good.
Yeah, this is pork root. Yeah, very good for the skin. This is a herb that we featured it before. We looked at it. I didn't know it was found here. But pork root is a vegetable. It's edible when it's young. And I saw somebody posting it in the group. I believe it was uh Angela. Angela was posting this in the group. So yeah, it's in Florida. And it's a vegetable when it's young. You can't eat this now because it's poisonous. Once it gets mature, it can't be eaten. And the ink, I was just sharing with you that it is the ink. It's called so the ink plant. Let me burn it and show you. So the ink from this plant is a dye. This is the dye. This was the ink that was used to write the American Constitution.
Yes.
So this herb has a lot of uses, and it's a highly used herb in the Indian in the native Indians medicine. So I'd love to meet some native Indians and have a walk with them and just gather some of their wisdom as to how they use medicine. So there's lots of dog blood here. Where is dog blood? Where is this?
We're in Palmetto.
We're in Palmetto. So Palmetto has dog blood. So for women who have blocked tubes, for women with infertility issues, you can find your dog blood over in this reserve. And then we have Cersei. So Cersei is here as well. Here's some
Excellent.
Cersei.
Wild sir.
Yeah, so Cersei is here. And can you imagine? I didn't think we would have seen dog blood here. Look at my finger now. All stained with dog blood and all stained with pork root. All right, but these are awesome dyes.
Let me see. Please stay on.
The trail.
Yeah, but we can go over there. They're doing
Right.
some restoration.
Okay.
Better to walk around.
So there's a lot more dog blood. Oh, look at this. Saw another plant that I didn't know that was here. And this herb is one of the few herbs that is unique to Jamaica.
I know what you're saying.
This herb. This was called the dogwood bark.
This one here?
That's dogwood. That's a Jamaican dogwood. Now, this is a herb for mental illness. It's also used for headache. Dog blood seeds. All right. So, Cheers, I should bring dog blood seeds. All right. So let's see if we can get some Deborah. Because there's under the tree there's lots of dog blood. So we have dog blood growing on the dogwood tree.
Yeah.
We have dog blood. All of those are dog bloods. These are dog bloods. So all of this is dog blood growing under a dogwood tree. Now, smell the dogwood. No, dogwood is, let me see this. Oops, sorry. All right, so dogwood is from our acrid herbs. Acrid. So dogwood is acrid. So when you taste the dogwood, the leaf or the bark, what's an acrid taste? An acrid taste is kind of like when you burp and it comes up to your throat and burns you, that acidic taste or feeling, that's it. Florida fish poison. Oh yeah.
But also Jamaican.
Dogwood. Oh,
yes.
Also I should also say it's called fish poison because because it's acrid, it can stun fish.
Oh.
So if you're, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna tell you. So if you take the dogwood bark and throw it in water, the fish just float. It stuns them.
So that's a good way to go fishing.
Yeah, and it's edible. So what it is dogwood is called an acrid herb. It's called an acrid herb. So let's look on our chart to see what acrid herbs do. So acrid herbs have a sour, harsh, bitter taste. They are relaxing, cooling, and drying. And they have terpenes, phenols, alkaloids, flavonoids, essential oils.
Good for hair.
Yeah. So they relax.
It's good for cleansing.
Yes. So noni comes from that same acrid group, and basically they relax muscles. So it's a sedative. This herb is a sedative. People always saying they're not getting a chance to see it good.
I'm taking pictures. So
Oh, you're taking pictures. All right. So this is the Jamaican dogwood, and it's not hard to know because there's not many trees that look like it. The leaves are green, but then it has this yellow outline. So the veins have this yellow outline, and they run pretty much parallel to each other. All right. So it's very easy to know. Plus the bark has these little gray spots on them. So this is the Jamaican dogwood, and this herb is taken for depression. It's also taken for headaches. So for persons who are having headache. As a matter of fact, one of the main reasons of the main uses of the Jamaican dogwood is its use as a painkiller. So in Jamaica, the dogwood bark along with the wild lettuce would be at the top of the chain as it relates to natural painkillers. So you can get the bark, and you can when you get the bark, basically you can get the inner bark and you can make a tea from that, and it's very good for dealing with headache or dealing with depression. You can also combine the dogwood bark with the passion fruit, and it's a very good sedative. Very good. You can combine it with soursop bark. It's a very good sedative as well. I never thought I would have seen this plant here, but we just found the Jamaican dogwood bark, and what we have is some dogwood, dog blood growing under this dogwood tree. Yeah, all right. So let's see what else we can find. I know I'm seeing lots of it because that's another dogwood tree. It's another dogwood tree. All right. So, very nice tree.
No.
Yeah, that's a different type of broomweed. Yeah. And we're seeing so much dogwood. So this is another big dogwood tree. This big tree here, that's dogwood as well. That great tree, that's dogwood. Lots of Jamaican dogwood. And I'm seeing so much dog blood. This I don't know. So many Jamaican-based plants are found here in Florida because the climate is so much familiar. All right, here's the this herb is called the what's this one called again? It's called the scorpion plant. This herb is from the same family that what's this herb called again? Chiganut. In Jamaica we call it chiganit. So chiganit and the scorpion plant is from the same family. And this herb is also good for women. It's also women with women issues. Right? It's called what? Where is it?
That's the family. But this is the name.
Wild. No, not this one. No, this is a different plant. This is poinsettia. This one is a wild poinsettia. This one.
Oh, that one.
This one. So we see some wild poinsettia, and then take the flower. And that is the scorpion.
That's a different kind of. It looks like a scorpion.
So
Okay.
herbs that we have in Jamaica are found here. So many of them.
Yeah.
What is it?
Scorpion's tail.
Yeah, scorpion tail. And the scorpion tail is also good for treating insect bites and poisons. So just let me get one and let me show them what the scorpion tail looks like. Let me give him because I don't know if you saw it a while ago. The scorpion tail.
It looks like the tail of the flower looks like the tail of the
Yeah.
rose.
So it looks like this the scorpion. All right. Can you see that? All right. So it looks like a scorpion tail. All right. So it's good for treating poisons, and it's also good for dealing with a number of insect bites. But it's also good for women. Yeah, scorpion tail. This grows a lot in Jamaica. All right, so we're seeing a lot of plants. So a good thing we came to this. So we wouldn't have seen any of these.
Thanks to Tambora.
Yeah, we wouldn't have seen. Thank you, Tambora. We wouldn't have seen any of these. Hold on, the video is not good. Oh, they'll be growing together. All right.
Because of where we are.
All right, Chelsea. Yeah. So because I don't know if it's because of the tree, the trees, but we're not getting good reception. There's some more nice pork root.
Lots of nice pork root. Okay, this is gonna be good.
So there's some nice
Let me get
pork
some
root.
stain now.
All right, so Chelsea said we should get some dog blood seed for her.
Okay.
And as I said, this is a vegetable, you know, guys. This is a very nice vegetable. This tastes better than callaloo, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
We
man.
can find some young ones. We'll pick
You can get the seeds. Just pick some of the seeds.
these.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to catch. So if there was a crisis and you were looking for food to eat, this is one of those plants that grow pretty well. It's very nourishing. It's loaded with iron. Loaded with iron. When I say loaded with iron, it's loaded with iron, and it tastes very nice. I prefer it than callaloo.
Wow.
Yeah, it tastes much better than callaloo.
What?
John Charles. Well, listen, Deborah. No, John Charles. So, yesterday when we were milkweed, is with this John.
Okay.
If you are coughing, if you have asthma. Was it a snake? No, Chelsea. Deborah is so frightened of Sidiate. No. Chelsea is asking if what I saw was a snake. No, what I saw was a John Charles. And this is a herb that we use a lot. And I didn't know it was found in Florida. This is a mint, it's from the mint family. And it is extremely good for opening the airways of the lungs. Wow. And it's, I mean, one of the best uses is it's almost, it works almost instantly to stop people from coughing.
Okay. That's the cannabaceous.
Okay. No. No,
that's the wrong thing.
So this is John Charles, very useful herb. Okay. It's in its flowering state now. It doesn't smell as strong though. It doesn't smell as strong because I don't think the soil that it's
common nettle.
No, it's not nettle. So because I can smell it, so I know this is not happy because you can look. Let me show you. It's not happy. It's also so good to know these herbs. So if you look on the herb, even though it's in the soil, it's not happy. It's not happy because this soil is. Morning. Oh, this looks like, this is this herb is what is it called again? It's used for COVID.
Wow. Is that the one we got?
Artemisia. This is Artemisia.
That's what we got from the guy's place.
Yeah?
Right?
I'm not sure, remember, but this is Artemisia. Or Artemisia is called sweet wormwood. So this is sweet wormwood, and sweet. It's also one of those herbs that are very good. It's a very good antibiotic, very good antiparasitic. In a drug from it called artemisium, which is used to treat malaria. All right. So, I mean, it is so well known and documented that is synthesized chemical from it and made a drug called
Is that
artemisium.
the same?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but if you notice, it's not happy. So this is again is the John Charles, and as you look on it, you know it's not happy. So this is just not the soil. This is not the right soil for this herb. The leaves are drooping. They're they when I was in St. Thomas, research them. When you touch them, it's a high flavor, and if you notice, there's not even flavor.
Okay.
There's no flavor. There's no
We don't
flavor.
have any hills in Florida, so they had to bank this up.
Okay, so we're going up to an observatory, and maybe we can close off there. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Wow.
Oh, so Ayaba. Morning, Ayaba.
Morning.
So we're gonna go up to the observatory and take a look around. Wow, this is nice. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, wow, it's well built. Look, the structure. All of these cables that they use to support it. Wow, let's go up and see what it's like up there. So we're going up. Going up. Oh, the boy, it's nice up here. Wow. Wow. Very nice view. Woo. So, look at that, guys. Such a nice view. That's it. The sky bridge over there. Yeah. Wow.
Wow. This is
Very nice view.
You see the skyway?
Yeah.
That's going over to St. Pete. That's St. Petersburg over there.
St. Petersburg.
Yes.
Okay. That's the sky bridge. We have to drive over that bridge
Yes.
to come into Bradenton. Grand
No, that's
Rising.
not the one.
That's not the one?
That's going further north.
Okay.
That's St. Petersburg.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, you can see all around.
Yeah. So it's a 360-degree view.
Nice.
See, we're on the observatory. All right. So all right, guys. So that's our herb walk today. So we saw quite a number of plants. My finger is stained from the dog blood and it's stained from the pork root. And we saw so many herbs here today that we documented. So many herbs. I believe we saw over what? Were you counting?
No, I didn't count. But I know it's about over 10.
Yeah, a lot over 10 herbs. And we saw edible herbs and we saw medicinal herbs. So we saw a lot of herbs. All right. So today was very good because we came out of the domestic setting and we went into the wild and we saw that, so many herbs that I didn't even know was here in Florida are here. Dog blood is here. The
White man's.
dogwood trees here. The white man's tree is here, which is the gumbo limbo is here. We saw so many different herbs.
The little flowers, the
yeah,
pines.
so many. So, guys, today was another exciting herb walk. Want to thank you for joining us, and we hope that you learned a lot. If you're not yet a part of our Kinder Wellness community, there's a link in the description. Please, please join. Would like to have you there. We have a lot of upcoming events coming, and as I said, that if you want to connect with me, I leave for my next trip is going to be in Palm Beach, Florida. And then from Palm Beach, Florida, I'm going to be in Maryland. And then from Maryland, I go to New York. From New York to Virginia. Then from Virginia to Chicago. All right, so that's the lineup. And in all these locations, as much as possible, we try to feature the herb to show you what is there. All right, so until next time, thank you for watching. And remember, you don't need to know a lot of herbs to be a good herbalist. What you need to know is a lot about the herbs that you do know. All right, so we'll get videos and we'll get pictures and we'll post them. Thank you guys for being on. Remember, share the link. If you're here for the first time, we want to know where you're from. If you haven't yet subscribe so you can get our latest content as they are released. Again, thank you and see you in our next video. Bye-bye.